Once the gasoline has been poured into the tank, I experiment with injected solutions to move the gasoline from a larger area to a smaller area where it can be pumped out of the ground. Most of the time in here is just waiting time. Things happen slowly. You have to just sit here, wait, write down what happens as it happens. I take pictures at different time intervals to help document the movement of gasoline. What I hope my research leads to is, instead of completely digging up the ground to clean up oil spills, we would just put in a well and pump the contaminated fluid to that well where it can be cleaned up.
I'm hoping to get a field engineering job so that I can apply what I learned in class.
Eventually, I want to just be a professor. I liked engineering, and I think more people could appreciate it if it's taught the right way.
I'm basically looking into the construction and design of dams, basically how to tap the natural water resources and probably able to provide the most feasible and economical design for a dam.
I hope to get a job in environmental engineering with a consulting firm, working on as many projects as I can, anything from collection system design to water and wastewater treatment plant design, working out in the field, getting outside, getting my hands dirty, and getting the work done.
Altogether, my ideal job would be one that I would love going to, learn something new every day, and gain experience as I go along.
In environmental engineering, there are many job opportunities for people with bachelor's degrees, such as working for the EPA, working at a water treatment facility, and water testing.
You can work for the state, you can also work for an engineering firm. You don't have to exactly get a master's to be able to work in an engineering department.
The more you look around, it really doesn't matter whether you have a master's degree or a bachelor's degree. Both of them are very useful in the civil engineering, environmental engineering world. It just depends on how high you want to go in the company, whether you choose to go and get a master's degree or a PhD in the field.
A hydraulic jump is a phenomena in fluid mechanics which occurs where a fluid or a liquid flowing at a higher velocity discharges into low velocity area, and at which time the water level abruptly rises. There will be turbulence in the flow, and a lot of energy will be dissipated during the process. Students ask how the jump is formed and what is the reason behind the moving the jump from downstream to upstream. They are curious to know the reason behind this phenomenon.
How I take it as being a geek is you're always studying, you don't have a social life, and I must admit I do study a lot, but I do definitely have a social life as well.
I play sports. I always have played sports. I don't know if I'm considered a geek or not. I don't really care.
Some engineers are geeks, but you see a lot of interesting people from a lot of different backgrounds, and it's just a great field to be in. You're not centralized into one area of expertise or in one side of the world, so you get to see all kinds of nationalities, people from different expertise, different sides of engineering, and you get to do a lot of interacting with a lot of other groups of engineers.
Engineering is what you make of it, so if you're a geek when you went into engineering, then you're going to be a geek who's an engineer. If you're somebody who was cool who went into engineering, then you're going to be a cool engineer. So it's just who you are before you go into engineering. That's who you're going to be when you become an engineer.
It's hard work, but if you come up with the attitude that, you know, you can do it, you can do it. My advice would stick with it.
Well, it's not a matter of being difficult or hard, it's just accepting the challenge and doing whatever it takes to finish that challenge.
First of all, engineering is hard, but you just have to fight through the tough times to get to the good times of it. Engineering is a great field to be in. It's a very fun field to be in, but it's also challenging. If it was easy, then everybody would be an engineer.
As long as you are interested in engineering, and nothing is impossible to achieve as long as you put your mind into it.
any engineer that you talk to, they don't know everything. The important thing is to know where to look for the answer.
Oil spills in water provide a major environmental cleanup challenge. In general, the oil will float on the water and spread out over a large area. The ecosystem is threatened as oil covers fish and fowl and disrupts the beauty and balance of nature. The technology for the recovery of oil and the remediation of the environment begins in a lab. In this lab, we simulated many aspects of an actual oil spill. We tried various bench-scaled methods to remove and recover red dye oil that was spilled in a beaker of water. We also calculated the cost of disposal of contaminated materials, labor, equipment, and site management.
High school students should take as many math and science classes as they can. For environmental engineering, chemistry is also really important.
Most of the engineering courses require mathematics, therefore they have to be good at in mathematics and also relate sciences like physics.
If that's one of your goals to become an engineer, don't get frustrated. Don't let anybody tell you you can't do it, because you can. There's no reason why you shouldn't go after that.
I would say just do it and work hard, believe in yourself.